I want to show you something that freaked me the flip out. There's some shit going on in the world of digital technology.
We present a novel real-time facial
So they've got all
reenactment
this
method
shit.
that works with any commodity.
And this is like in its basic form. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
So this is called face-to-face captures. I don't know what RGB means, but these guys have made this real-time way to make it look like you're realistically editing what people are saying.
The RGB part is important
difference
because
to
that
previous
just means
methods.
that they're using nothing but the video. There's no special. They're not using like a 3D camera or
It's
something.
just a really great algorithmic.
Yeah, they're just whatever. You could take any video at any point, and the other part of the guy you shoot with a regular webcam. Also, it's RGB
That's
just means
crazy.
the picture, no depth information, no nothing.
So have a look at this.
Is the re-rendering of the mouth interior. To this end, we resynthesized the
So
mouth
this is a
interior
real video
of
of
the
George
target
Bush,
actor
and this
using
guy is
video
just
footage
completely
from the training
manipulating
sequence
everything
based
his
on
mouth
temporal
does.
and photometric similarity.
Face, yeah.
It still looks a little fishy because, like, well, first of all, we know.
Yeah.
And second of all, it still has room for improvement.
As
but
we
the
can
technology
see, we are able to generate a realistic and convincing reenactment result.
is unbelievable.
And it looks
Here
real.
we show
Here they have another video where they take a speech of Obama
Yeah.
and
put
basically
another
change
speech.
it
Yeah.
and just completely change it with another one of his speeches. And I'm just going to show you guys as quick as I can here.
Given this audio as
So for reference,
A woman. Young people can stay on. The nice
they take one speech.
thing about a bookstore is you can cover
So
a lot of ground.
this is this
You
one.
get books for
He's giving a completely different speech, and they
Yeah.
use this one here and convert it onto this speech just to show you.
And yeah,
Six
and they're
minutes.
not even using the video. They're just using the audio.
Right.
They're making the audio move his
So
mouth.
Wow.
We do a lot of shopping there. Now that I think about it, I should have, I guess, bought some of your books.
What is the point of this if not like propaganda?
No, well, that's what's funny is like, why are they picking? I guess they picked presidents and stuff
Political
because
figures.
yeah, because like maybe they thought that's the footage that they give the longest talking heads. But I'm sure they could have used just regular people. That makes it kind of ominous. But oh, you said why?
Why?
I mean from what I've heard, the institutes and things. This is the work of several different. Usually like colleges, technological colleges, doing this research. They're saying it's like telepresence. If you're like on a submarine or something and you can't be in a business meeting and for some reason they have to see your face, it's like you do it for
That
that.
seems completely unnecessary.
Yeah,
Weird.
but maybe more. The one, that first video you were showing, the lady goes on to say like they use an example where they have like a translator, like a synchronous translator translating, like at the UN when they have the things in their ear. And they want to put the mouth, as if this is so important, like put the
Yeah.
mouth movements on the person speaking the foreign language so it looks like they're speaking. I don't know.
Does this kind of stuff scare you at all? Are you afraid of a world where people, because right now you're debunking all this stuff,
Yeah.
and to you it's obvious. Are you afraid of a world where stuff becomes so real that it's impossible for anyone to know, including someone like you?
Yeah, I wouldn't like that kind of world, but there are reasons why I'm not afraid of these particular examples. This technique, this approach to it, I don't think is one of those things where you can say, this is going to get better and it's going to be undetectable. Because what they're doing is, in the end, is like stretching pixels around. They're puppeteering a piece of footage that is already recorded.
Right.
So you could see it with the naked eye. And even if they got the movements very natural and realistic, you'll still, like, you zoom in, you'll see like things are being distorted.
It looks a little out of place.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to tell just by what's the subject that you're seeing, but if you go in, like, you'll see that like baked in artifacts or whatever things are being distorted after the fact, and you can like forensically see that with not a lot of. I could do it, with like the tools I look at videos with. But the more new stuff with the machine learning is a whole different thing, and that's the one where I would be concerned, but also not in the way that the fear mongering that is kind of the way that it's being presented, but it's more of a thing to be on the
The
lookout
fear
for.
mongering being like propaganda.
Well,
Show in North Korea Obama saying, "Hey, I want to nuke you."
Or the more practical thing of people making, porn of
Right.
celebrity
The
faces.
deep fakes.
The deep fakes.
Can you explain what's the deep fake?
Deep fakes. This thing just blew my
Well,
mind. I never heard of it, and then someone texted me, and I looked it up, and actually, it's crazy because it's being banned everywhere. Like
Yeah.
on Reddit, it's being removed, on
Reddit-
porn sites, it's being removed. But they found a way to take famous actresses or whoever's faces, put it on a similar figured porn star. And have you seen them?
No, what it is, yeah, it's like.
And it
they're-
looks real, essentially. It looks. It
No, I
looks,
haven't seen
It
that.
looks pretty
Yeah.
real.
But what it is like they're it's no longer doing it through like artistry. It's just shifting the whole task to a machine. So somebody put together an algorithm, or maybe it's a
Like
conglomeration.
those face swap apps.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it's not. It's scarier than that because you take a big library of images of whatever person. I guess they use celebrities because you can get a ton of somebody's face, and the more variety you get of different examples of how they're
Okay.
facing and how the
more
lighting is.
realistic it can
You
be.
feed it all into this algorithm. Somebody literally made an app that you can download, and it's kind of like primitive, but it works. You give all that to the machine, to the algorithm. It looks at all the faces, it lines them up until it figures out what this is,
That's nuts.
and like it knows how to position this face. It creates like a realistic digital mask of the person. And then you just say, take this porn clip, track the face in this the same way, and now it's not just putting like footage of a face. It's putting this like dynamically controlled digital replication of the person. So it looks like disconcertingly real. Weirdly, it still looks like
It looks
fake
fake.
now because
Yeah.
it's like the resolution and stuff is not there, and you can see a lot of artifacts from the reference photos
Yeah.
that they use. But it looks, at the same time, like the way
Considering-
it's integrated is very realistic.
Considering how
That's
new it is,
insane.
I was shocked by how. So this is what scares you more than like.
It scares me, but even here, I like for a different reason. I'm not like on the rooftop shouting like we're doomed because it's true. Like when digital, artists and movies do stuff, it's still human decisions, human like touches. And I, as a human or a Captain Disillusion, whatever he is, can look and reverse engineer that and say this shadow shouldn't be there, whatever. This is different because it's true. I agree that this is a case where it's going to get better and it's going to look flawless. But you just have to shift the task of checking if it's fake to the same algorithm. Like I don't know a lot
Interesting.
about programming
Machines
and data
to
science.
fight machines.
Yeah, because I don't see why the algorithm can't just be adapted to just scan for what the algorithm did, because it would know better than anybody.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't know if that's the way it would work, but that's the way I would approach the problem. And it's like as we're getting to the point where you literally can say like, computer, get Scarlett Johansson, put her in this porn clip, and then you press one button, and in a minute it gives you this completely indistinguishable thing that it's her.
That's crazy.
The day we have that is the same day we'll have another app in the
That
App Store
tells
that
you it's
says,
fake.
"Is this fake?" And you
All
just
I
press a
know
button and
is
it
VR
knows.
porn is going to be off the chain, dude. In 10 years,
What an amazing future to look forward to.
we made it, guys.